Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that affects every single one of us, yet so many of us struggle with it. Sleep. Think about it. We spend about a third of our lives doing it, but how much do we really understand about what happens when we close our eyes? It's not just about resting your body. It's a crucial time for your brain to repair, consolidate memories, and prepare you for the day ahead. So if you've ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. or hitting the snooze button one too many times, you're in the right place. We're going to explore the science of sleep, bust some common myths, and most importantly, share practical tips you can use tonight to get the best sleep of your life. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is sleep? It's not just an off switch for your brain. It's a highly active, structured process that unfolds in cycles. Each cycle has different stages, from light sleep to deep sleep, and finally, the famous REM or rapid eye movement stage. This is where most of your dreaming happens. Think of it like a maintenance crew coming in overnight. In the deep sleep stages, your body focuses on physical repairs, healing muscles, strengthening your immune system, and growing tissue. During REM sleep, your brain is busy organizing the day's information, like sorting files on a computer. It's crucial for learning, memory, and emotional regulation. This is why a full night's sleep isn't a luxury. It's a biological necessity. Without these complete cycles, you're not just tired, you're operating at a fraction of your potential. So how much sleep do we actually need? The popular answer is 8 hours, and for most adults, that's a pretty good target. The National Sleep Foundation recommends 7 to 9 hours for adults aged 18 to 64. Teenagers need more, around 8 to 10 hours, because their brains and bodies are still developing rapidly, and older adults still need about 7 to 8 hours. Now, you might hear someone brag, "I only need 5 hours of sleep." While a tiny fraction of the population has a genetic mutation that allows them to thrive on less sleep, for the vast majority of us, consistently getting less than 7 hours is like taking out a loan from your health that you'll eventually have to pay back with interest. Sleep deprivation doesn't just make you grumpy, it's linked to a higher risk of serious health problems. Let's talk about the consequences of not getting enough sleep because it's more serious than just feeling groggy. In the short term, you'll notice a decline in your cognitive function. Your concentration wavers, your creativity plummets, and your problem-solving skills take a nosedive. You're also more likely to be irritable and emotionally reactive. That small inconvenience that you'd normally brush off can feel like a major crisis, but it's the long-term effects that are truly alarming. Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to an increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. It weakens your immune system, making you more susceptible to getting sick. And it significantly impacts your mental health with strong links to anxiety and depression. It's a domino effect, where one bad night's sleep can ripple through every aspect of your well-being. Now for the good news. Improving your sleep is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health, and it's totally achievable. Let's talk about building a better sleep routine, often called sleep hygiene. First up, consistency is king. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Yes, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock or circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Your body loves predictability. Think of it like training a pet. If you feed it at the same time every day, it knows when to expect food. Your body is the same with sleep. Sticking to a schedule is the #1 thing you can do to signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. Next, let's create a sleep sanctuary. Your bedroom should be a haven for rest, not a multi-purpose entertainment zone. The 3 key ingredients for a perfect sleep environment are cool, dark, and quiet. Our body temperature naturally drops as we prepare for sleep, so a cooler room can facilitate that process. Think around 18 degrees Celsius or 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask to block out every bit of light, as light signals to your brain that it's time to be awake. And finally, minimize noise. If you live in a noisy area, consider earplugs or a white noise machine. The goal is to eliminate any sensory input that might disrupt your sleep cycles. Your phone, TV, and laptop should also be out of the bedroom. The blue light they emit is particularly disruptive to the production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Let's move on to your pre-sleep ritual. What you do in the hour or two before bed can make or break your night. This is your time to wind down and transition from the busyness of the day to a state of calm. Avoid stimulating activities like checking work emails, scrolling through social media, or watching intense action movies. Instead, opt for something relaxing. Read a physical book, not on a screen. Listen to calm music or a podcast, take a warm bath, or do some gentle stretching. A warm bath is great because the subsequent drop in your body temperature after you get out mimics the natural drop that happens before sleep, signaling to your body that it's time to rest. You could also try some light meditation or deep breathing exercises. The key is to find what works for you and make it a non-negotiable part of your evening. What you eat and drink also plays a huge role. Let's talk about caffeine and alcohol. Caffeine is a stimulant with a long half-life, meaning it stays in your system for hours. To protect your sleep, it's best to avoid it for at least 6 to 8 hours before bedtime. That afternoon, coffee might be the reason you're tossing and turning at night. Now, alcohol. Many people think a glass of wine helps them fall asleep, and it might. It's a sedative, after all. However, as your body metabolizes the alcohol, it disrupts the second half of your sleep, particularly the restorative REM stage. This is why you might wake up in the middle of the night feeling wide awake after a few drinks. For better sleep, it's best to limit alcohol, especially in the evening. Also, try to avoid large, heavy meals close to bedtime as they can cause indigestion and disrupt sleep. So what if you're doing everything right, but you still find yourself lying awake, your mind racing? This is incredibly common. The first rule is, don't just lie there and force it. If you haven't fallen asleep after about 20 minutes, get out of bed. Go to another room and do something quiet and relaxing in dim light, like reading that book we talked about. The idea is to break the association your brain is making between your bed and the frustration of not being able to sleep. Your bed should only be for sleep and intimacy. Once you start to feel sleepy again, go back to bed. It might feel counterintuitive to get up, but it's far more effective than staring at your clock, which only increases anxiety and makes sleep even more elusive. Remember to be patient and kind to yourself through this process. To wrap things up, let's remember that sleep is not a passive state of rest. It's an active and essential process for our physical, mental, and emotional health. By understanding the science behind it and implementing some practical strategies, you can transform your nights and, in turn, transform your days. Start by creating a consistent schedule, optimizing your bedroom environment, and developing a relaxing wind-down routine. Pay attention to what you consume in the evening, and be gentle with yourself if you have a bad night. Small, consistent changes can lead to huge improvements over time. It's a journey, not a destination. Thank you so much for joining me today for this deep dive into sleep. I hope you found these tips helpful and are on your way to a more restful night. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content to help you live a healthier, happier life. Sweet dreams.